Somewhere inside Pauline's furnace, there is supposed to be over $3,000 worth of work. She doesn't know exactly what Willamette Heating and Cooling did, but they told her if she didn't pay the $3,200 in cash now, the price would go up. She didn't know that that much money would buy 2 or 3 brand new furnaces, but the men, she says, intimidated her into paying on the spot.
He went with me to the bank and stood right beside me while I drew out the money. And he wanted cash.
Were they trying to scare you or something?
I guess so. They wanted the money and they got it.
Phyllis Geislinger, a Portland businesswoman, considers herself pretty wary. But Willamette Heating came here, too, to clean her furnace. And to no surprise, they discovered it was about to quit working.
They were kind of pushy, I think, because they kept saying, well, now you have to have it. We can't guarantee it. And you either pay out $1,800 now, or you'll pay $3,400 out in a day, or maybe a month if you're lucky. Before the job was even completed, I had to give them the $1,800.
More than enough money to buy a new gas furnace. What she got was no repair job, but an installed electronic air cleaner. Even if Geislinger wanted the unit, it should have cost only $350. We uncovered other complaints against Willamette Heating and its operator, Dan Milligan. $1,700 here, $3,600 there, and so far attempts by the Better Business Bureau and at least one state agency don't seem to have slowed down his business. To get a close-up look at the operation, we called Milligan's company for an appointment. The appointment was to clean a furnace at this southeast Portland home where Mrs. H lives. The first thing our hidden camera recorded was that it wasn't a Willamette Heating truck that showed up. The furnace cleaner told Mrs. H that several companies had merged with Milligan's operation. Then he went about his business. The truck, we learned, is owned by Milligan, and the furnace man is a registered Oregon company with the address at this vacant office in southeast Portland. But the State Builders Board has not licensed the furnace man to do any repair work, nor is the company bonded. Even so, after the cleaning job, the furnace man told Mrs. H her furnace had problems and offered to send someone else out to do the work.
He said, came in and told me I had a corrosion problem and that should be taken care of. And he said that he didn't do that, but his partner did.
The furnace man wouldn't elaborate on what the corrosion was, but what he didn't know was that we had a more established furnace company check Mrs. H's furnace with different results.
All it needs is just good service. Wouldn't hurt to have a new burner put in it. She could save herself a little bit of money on the efficiency. But the furnace itself is a good furnace.
Fortunately, Mrs. H had the advantage of our foresight, but even when the furnace repair victims realize they've been had, it's often too late.
Anytime you're dealing with a service repair industry problem, reconstructing what happened after the fact is very difficult, particularly if you're talking about the nature of the complaint having to do with whether or not the work was necessary in the first place.
We made a number of attempts to contact Milligan by driving out to his home and by calling his answering service on the phone with no response. The State Attorney General's office is investigating his business practices too, but as far as we know, the unlicensed repair service is still operating. Tomorrow we'll have a look at a Canadian company that's conning a lot of Oregonians. Randy Ripplinger reporting for Channel 2 News.